Point 10, staff. I know a lot of people who are starting companies or they want to start business, and the first thing they say is, I need an assistant, or I need this, or I need that member of staff. Staff need a clear objective. So here's the very simple magic rule for staff. Staff either make you money or save you time. That's a clock, in case you're wondering. Or you don't need them. So a salesman, a sales staff will sell things and bring money in. You'll be able to sit there and see exactly each week how much money that member of staff made you, and you'll be able to make sure that he made you more than he cost you. Fine. Other members of staff are going to save you time, even if it's a general assistant or PA. You'll be able to see the time saved with the tasks they've given. And you need to be able to sit down with a piece of paper once a month, once every couple of weeks, whatever, and audit your staff member. How much money did they make? How much did they cost? Positive or negative. Staff member. What tasks did they complete? How much longer from my life would it taken me to do those tasks? Is it worth the money? Because if you could have done those tasks in your free time where you spent watching TV, then you don't need that fucking member of staff. Fire them and save the cash. You have to audit your staff very specifically by this method. They either save you time, or they make you money, or you don't need them. Now, anyone who's worked any kind of job knows if you go into any kind of company, most people are doing nothing. I've worked so many jobs, and everyone did nothing. In fact, I had a job at a company selling advertising. After T2 failed, I got a job at another company selling websites and all this kind of advertising. And I spent 3 of my 5 days a week reading Wikipedia because I didn't care. Because I had a basic and it was enough. And by then I was training to be a world champion and I was tired all the time. So I didn't give a shit. And no one called me up on it. No one noticed. 3 days a week, I did nothing but read Wikipedia pages because I couldn't access Facebook. It was interesting. That is literally the level of laziness most people experience. If you take out coffee breaks, cigarette breaks, chit-chatting in the office, most people do fucking nothing. I'm very sure you could fire 50% of the people in nearly any company and the company would be just fine if the other 50% did some real work. Everyone's lazy. Big companies are inefficient because they haven't got time to do this. But you're not going to have a big company. You're a hustler. You're going to have a few members of staff. You're going to make millions of dollars. And you're going to make sure that you're either making you money or they're saving you time. Now, if the amount of time they're saving you isn't enough, or they're not making enough money to cover their wages, they got to go. You've got to be ruthless in this game. But this is how staff, this is the magic formula of staff. So when people say to me, I want to start a company, I need an assistant. I say, an assistant to do what? Oh, just to help me with things. What things? What things will they help with? How long do those things take? How much time is that going to save you? And why do you not have the time to do them yourself? Because you want to watch TV? Because you need to relax? Because you're afraid you'll burn out? Shut up. It's garbage. It's all garbage. You want to feel important and tell someone what to do. That's not how you get rich. This is the magic staff formula. Do they make me money? Do they save me time? Write it all fucking down, work it out, and if it ain't good enough, they gotta go. Simple. That is how you manage staff. Because I get asked so many questions about staff. Making me money, save me time. Done. Another thing that's important with staff is you have to teach staff your business ethics. So whenever I have a member of staff, I've argued with staff plenty of times because everything must be done quickly. But that is how I work. That is how I want them to work. Now, I am 100% certain that even if it's only by 1%, the fact that I am uncompromising in the fact I want things quickly, things get done quickly or quicker. If I didn't say anything, it may take 10 seconds. If I complain, it may take 9 seconds. It may only be a tiny saving. But that is how I work. That is how the people I work with, I want them to work. Speed is everything. So when you get new members of staff on board as well, make sure they understand your business principles, especially number 1, because that is your business mantra, speed. So if you have a salesman and he's selling and he's doing fantastic, that's good. You can sit him down and say, you know what, you're doing a fantastic job, you're making lots of money. I'm very, very proud of you. Look, you're making this, you've done really well, you're making target. There's only one thing I want to talk about, is how quickly you work. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm hitting target. Yeah, you are hitting target, but when you're inputting information into the system, I think we can get that done quicker. There must be a faster way we can get that done. Free up his time. If he does things quicker, he has more free time to sell more products, he'll make more money. Speed. No one ever works fast enough. When I was fighting, jab, cross, the basics is never quick enough. It has to be quicker. It has to be quicker. In fighting, there's no such thing as too quick. Everything must be faster all of the time. It's the same in your business. All of the time, faster. All of it, all the time. If your assistant is saving you time, if they work faster, they save you more time because they have more time to do more things to save you time. Faster, all the time. So even if they're both performing, you still have to re-incentivize and re-alliterate point one. Point one is super, super important. If you do that, you're going to get more out your staff, more money's going to be made, more work's going to get done. It's better for everyone as a whole. I learned this business. I learned this. We're going to come, I'm probably, some of these points will overlap, but before television, I worked as a fishmonger. When I was 15 was my first job, and I used to carry boxes of ice and fish at 6 o'clock in the morning on the market. Shit job. In the middle of winter, you're carrying ice, 6 in the morning, it's -5, it's horrible. Your hands are shaking, it's a horrible job. And I got paid no money, but I did it because I wanted money. So if I'll do that at 15, your 15-year-old nephew will make a fucking website. So I used to get up at 5, run from where I lived in Luton to the town center market, run, because I didn't have a fucking car, work 10 hours, and then run home. That's how much energy you have when you're young. That's what I did. And the person I worked for was my uncle. My uncle worked there, his name was Keith, and he always used to tell me, faster, 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 faster. And I was always trying to move these boxes of fish as quickly as possible. And when I was moving all the boxes, I'd say, yeah, but if I finish it all, what's the rush? I'm here till 5 o'clock. He goes, no, faster, faster, faster. He'd always push me to finish it. And then if I finished everything, I'd have maybe 3 hours left. If I walked, it would take me to 10 hours. If I ran like crazy, it would take me 7 hours. So I'd have 3 hours spare. I say, now what do? He goes, there's always work to do. Find work to do. I go, what do you mean find work to do? He goes, find work to do. Find work. If I see you standing around, I'm going to get angry. Find work. That's what he used to say. I'd end up sweeping the floor or wiping the walls, cleaning the walls, some dumb shit. But he was right. And we're going to come to this point later on. If you do things quickly, you have more time to find work to do. And finding work to do adds up. I swept the floor, I wiped the walls. Maybe someone came in, saw the nice, clean, pristine walls and bought some fish they wouldn't have otherwise bought if there was a tiny mark on the walls. Who knows? The point is, the work got done quicker because I was being pushed to be fast. It got done, and then more work happened. Even if it was menial work, more work happened in the same time frame. More work got done. That made me more valuable as a staff member. That's how he valued me. You've got to be the same. Right. That's the first 10 lessons. We have 90 more. The first 10 lessons of the Hustlers University. I bet you're sitting there already and your mind's blown. You're sitting there like, whoa, I've learned so much. I didn't think of it that way. Tate, you're a genius. I know. We have 90 more. We've just begun. If you've watched this video once, I recommend watching it 2 or 3 times. These things need to sink in like second nature to you. You need to be able to recite them one by one. We've talked about how you start companies, what you prioritize in a company, how you make sure everything's done quickly and why that's so important, how you manage staff, how you find ideas to relaunch companies, what members of staff you can get. We've covered all this in the first 10 points. This alone is enough. This alone is worth the value of what I've taught you. And we've just begun. The first 10 points of the Hustlers University. If you watch this video, I recommend you watch it 2 or 3 more times before you even move on to number 2. If you want to move on to number 2, do it. But you need to pay attention to these because they are the basis of everything I'm going to teach you here on after.